Hey, welcome back. This is Brittany with SeedSoilWater, where we pursue new knowledge for deeper roots and brighter blooms. Right now, we are going through Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. There's a whole playlist, so save the playlist so that you can find the channel, subscribe, share with somebody who may like to learn these personal development keys, and let's get into it right now. Okay, so there was a story here about somebody who was able to place his mindset into the healing mode to the point where he changed his body and he was able to actually become cancer free. So pretty amazing. So this guy was a roofing contractor. He had a lesion on his face. Dermatologist said it was a malignant melanoma. He went surgery, radiation, he went through all the things and it wasn't working. Okay. So he had all of these resentments, but he had memorized the emotional response of bitterness and resentment that it dominated his personality and become an unconscious program in his state of being. It had signaled the same genes for so long that they created the disease that now afflicted him. No longer could Bill allow his environment to control him. The people, places, influence in his life had always dictated how he thought, how he felt, and how he behaved. He sensed that to break the bonds with his old self, to reinvent a new one, he would have to leave his familiar environment. So for 2 weeks in Baja, Mexico, he retreated from his familiar life. And this is at probably one of Dr. Joe's like events. Just he has those. So if you're interested in that, it's good to know. So the first 5 mornings, he contemplated how he thought when he felt resentment. He became a quantum observer of his thoughts and feelings. That's so key because half the time we have something running in the background narrative of our mind and we're not even aware of what we are thinking about. So he was quantumly observing from behind himself, observing himself, and he was able to become conscious of his unconscious mind. Next, he paid attention to his previously unconscious behaviors and actions that were produced from his unconscious thinking. He decided to halt any thought, behavior, or emotion that was unloving toward himself. Huge. After the first week of this vigilance, Bill felt free because he had liberated his body from its emotional addiction to resentment. By inhibiting the familiar thoughts and feelings that had driven his behaviors, in a sense, he impeded the signals of the survival emotions from conditioning his body to the same mind. His body then released energy, which was available to use to design a new destiny for himself. For the next week, Bill became so uplifted that he thought about the new self that he wanted to be and how he would respond to the people and the places and the influences that previously had controlled him. For instance, he decided that whenever his wife and kids expressed a wish or a need, he would respond with kindness and generosity instead of making them feel like a burden. In short, he focused on how he wanted to think, how he wanted to act and feel when presented with situations that had challenged him in the past. He was creating a new personality, a new mind, and a new state of being. Bill began to put into practice what he'd placed in his mind while sitting on that Baja beach. Shortly after his return, he noticed that the tumor on his calf had fallen off. In a week or so, when he went to his doctor, sure enough, he was cancer-free and he remained that way. By firing his brain in new ways, Bill changed biologically and chemically from his previous self. As a result, he signaled new genes in new ways, and those cancer cells just couldn't coexist with his new mind, new internal chemistry, and new self. Once trapped by the emotions of the past, he now lives in a new future. I'm glad I read that because that was a cool story. Creation, living as a nobody. At the end of the previous chapter, I briefly described what it is like to live in creative mode. Those are the moments of being fully engaged and in flow so that the environment, the body, and time all seem immaterial and they don't invade our conscious thoughts. Living in creation is living as a nobody. Ever notice that when you're truly in the midst of creating anything that you forget about yourself? You disassociate from your known world. You are no longer a somebody who associates your identity with certain things you own or particular people that you know or certain tasks that you do. different places you lived at specific times. You could say that when you are in creative state, you forget about the habit of being you. You lay down your selfish ego and become selfless, less of self. You have moved beyond time and space and become pure immaterial awareness. Once you're no longer connected to a body, no longer focused on people, places, or things in your external environment and beyond linear time, you're entering the door of the quantum field. You cannot enter as a somebody. You must do so as a nobody. You have to leave the self-centered ego at the door and enter the realm of consciousness as pure consciousness. And as I said in chapter 1, in order to change your body to foster better health, something in your external circumstances, like a new job or relationship maybe, or your timeline toward a possible future reality, you have to become nobody, no thing, no time. Thus, here is the grand hint. To change any aspect of your life, body, environment, or time, you must transcend it. You must leave behind the big three in order to control the big three. People say you must lose yourself to find yourself. You must die to be born. It's just this weird, like, what's that word? Counterintuitive. It's like this counterintuitive process that in order to get what you want, you got to let go of what it is that you think you have already. But anyway, what did I want to say about this? Living in creation is living as a nobody. That's why in a lot of the introductions of meditations and stuff, there's that long, get comfortable, relax your body, rest your body, be aware of what's hurting in your body. So, because that's the whole thing, is that you're trying to get to a place where your body isn't distracting you so that you're able to become a nobody, so that you can go into the void, into the deep black quantum field of your heart, or however you want to look at it, to then plant the seeds in the soil of your subconscious mind to become who you want to be. This video I know is short and sweet, but I gotta go. So be blessed, be well, be free. Share this with a friend, add the playlist to your lists. Remember to come back. There are new videos every day until we finish this thing. Go to SeedSoilWater Spa and subscribe for the experiences, because there are meditations at the end of this book that I obviously I'm not going to do exactly how he is doing it. I'm going to do it with my spin, and that will be posted on the SeedSoilWater Audio Spa channel, where I post physics informed, which means it has the supporting solfeggio and frequency sounds underneath the message to support you at a cellular level to heal your body, heal your mind, and transform into the life that you want. And of course, I am not a doctor, and all of the disclaimers that you need to see a doctor and all of those things. But did you read the words? So be blessed, be well, be free. Have a great day. Bye.